Okay.
Okay, yeah. Let's get started. Can you give a quick overview about your past experience and key technical skill sets you have worked on? What's your stack, technology stack? What all your key technologies you have worked on? So we can start from there.
Sure, yeah. So talking about myself, I've been working as a Java developer for about 5 years now. So throughout my career, it's kind of been exposed to different, tools and technology itself within those core Java and J2E technologies itself. And being that full stack Java developer, I've kind of worked on both front and back of the web application itself. So talking about the front itself, where I've been kind of like utilizing those JavaScript libraries like Angulars and React, along with those HTML and CSS itself. And within the backend side, I've been kind of like working on those, microservice architecture itself, utilizing those Spring Boot framework itself. And then talking about the database side, I'm quite comfortable working on the SQLs and NoSQLs like MongoDB itself. So I'm pretty comfortable within there as well. And also kind of like talking about all other kind of tools itself. I mean, I have worked on different, environment itself, and then within different, those build tools and everything. And not only on just the building side, but I'm quite comfortable working on the testing side as well. So within there, I've been going ahead and then utilizing tools like JUnit, Jest, and Jasper, all those itself, and also going ahead and then working side by side with the QA team itself, helping them to go ahead and then write those, automation scripts and everything. So yeah, on that, and then most of my projects were based on agile methodology, so I'm quite familiar with all that ceremonies within there itself, and then not just on that Spring Boot, but I'm quite familiar working on those Spring and Hibernate kind of framework itself. So yeah, that's pretty much about myself.
Sure. Can you tell me why string is immutable?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What was that again?
No. Can you tell me why string is immutable in Java?
The reason, I mean, I think it's because of that synchronization and something to do with those, concurrency caching or like those class loading itself.
Sorry, is that because concurrency? I didn't get that. Can you come again?
Yeah, so within there, I mean, it's because of those security, those synchronization, those concurrency, there's caching and class loading itself. So within that security itself, or like parameters are typically represented within that string in network connection itself, and those database or like URLs and all that itself. So I think yeah, those are kind of like the reason that string is immutable.
Okay. Can you tell me what is the difference between an array and array list?
Yeah, sure. So talking about that array and the array list itself, where like array is kind of like those basic functionality within this Java itself, but I think the array list is part of the collection itself. So we can go ahead and then access those array members using that square bracket itself. But array list has that set up those methods itself. So yeah, those, and also kind of like where like array is kind of like that fixed length data structure itself, but the array list is kind of like variable length collection.
Okay. And can you tell me key features of Java 8?
Yeah, so talking about that Java 8 itself, I mean, we have that Stream API functional, interfaces itself, those Lambda expressions. I mean, we have that optional class, and then those, default methods and all those, and also the method references and all that.
Okay. Can we quickly do a quick coding snippet kind of how, if let me give you a list of employees. Okay. And I
Sure.
want to filter the employees by the salary. Okay. How do you stream and print the salary? Or not the salary, filter them with the salary and get me the list of employees again. Just stream it, fill greater than $10,000 employees, filter them and get those employees. You got it? What I meant?
So you said, you want me to go ahead and then filter that employees by what again?
Yeah, by salary.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and then print that list of those employees.
Yes, correct. You can print just return me the list of employees. Just write a code snippet in the chat.
Sure. Okay, so that's to go ahead and then filter that, the employee itself.
So you're doing X greater than X dot salary. Let's say your salary can be $10,000. I told $10,000, but you are taking X and you are checking against the X itself.
Okay, hold on. So does that looks good to you?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Can you give me just a roadmap how the Spring evolved to the Spring Boot and why Spring Boot is?
I'm sorry, roadmap of what again?
Spring, how the Spring evolved in the past couple of years and how why we landed up in Spring Boot and why Spring Boot is actually. Can you give me why we use Spring Boot?
Yeah, sure. So talking about like that Spring to kind of like the Spring Boot itself. I mean, the reason I think we kind of came across with this Spring Boot itself is because the main kind of like goal within is I think to go ahead and reduce those overall development time itself, and then also kind of like working to increase those efficiency, having to go ahead and then having all those default setup for like those different unit or like those integration kind of like those tests itself, and also kind of like having those Spring dependency injection approach itself, where like it encourages us to go ahead and write those testable code itself, and also I think it has with those powerful database transaction management kind of things with it there. So yeah, probably like those kind of like situations is the reason that we kind of moved to that Spring Boot.
Okay. Do you have any IDE or something?
I do not have any ID in my personal laptop here, but if you want to go ahead and then work on that or online compiler.
No, that's what we told. We want an IDE. Only then we can do the interview. I think this was told to the vendor or the recruiter. I hope so. I'm not sure.
I didn't quite get that. I mean, that message itself, it was not probably not delivered to me or something. So, I mean, I thought like, we could, I mean, usually like that's what we do on the interview. I mean, others used to do. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, probably like that message was not delivered to me properly.
Okay, sure. That's fine. So without IDE, I think we can't proceed further. We will let the vendor know. Like we did inform them to, so they should have communicated you. It's that it should be their problem. They should have told that. That's fine. For now, I think we can wrap up the call. Do you have any questions for me?
I mean, not particularly because we are not even like not finished. So, I mean, if there is like no way that we could go ahead and use that online compiler things.
No, we want to do on the IDE. That's what it would be better. So we did.
Okay,
That
sure. Yeah, then, yeah, that's totally
it's
fine.
not.
Yeah, we'll kind of like look into that.
Okay. Sorry?
Sure. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.